This is Josh Galt reporting for Primal Badlands. I'm at Angostura Reservoir. This is Tuesday morning, and the real story here has been the wind, or the lack of it, and the darkness. Teams that came in and have had smooth waters have done this section much quicker than the teams that came in the middle of the day yesterday and had a ton of wind. That changed the swim times dramatically. Some of them were almost twice as long as the teams that came in early in the morning or in the evening. Also, the darkness has really played a factor in the navigation for the kayaking. The teams that tried to find all of the points last night really struggled. A couple of them came back in. Team Imote and Team Cordura Osprey came back and slept here at the TA and then went back out early this morning to try and find the points because they were struggling to find them. Team Noon, Feed the Machine, didn't come back at all last night. They slept out on the course apparently. The teams that did make it back were Team Merrill and Team Bones. So there's been a lot of jumping back and forth between team placement because of the wind and the darkness.
You don't know where the lake level was when they made the map.
That's true.
You're looking for an inlet that's not there because the map is...
Yeah.
So.
Depending on when they get here, the conditions can vary greatly. Teams that get here early in the morning, like right now, you can see that the water is completely flat. It's very calm. So it's a pretty easy swim. The teams that come in the middle of the day, there's a lot of wind, even though it's sunny, and we were having gusts up to 15 to 20 miles an hour yesterday, and big white caps. So it makes a huge difference if you're trying to swim directly into the wind on a boogie board. The teams that come at night can also go. There's no dark zone here, which means that teams are allowed to go out on the course at night, and so they do. They use glow sticks, some of them use headlamps, and they go out and swim. Now, at night, the water is pretty calm, and this is warm water. We are in South Dakota, but the water is about 75 degrees. So for a swim, that's not bad at all. They do have to wear wetsuits, but we've had great conditions, which I'm very thankful for. So it's made it much easier. We haven't had anybody get hypothermic. We did have a couple people get pretty cold, and they wrapped up in their emergency space blankets on the beach and warmed up, and then they got back in the water and finished the section no problem. Team Noon Feed the Machine used Kern riverboards for their section, and they hit this in the middle of the day when the wind was the toughest. But they were able to catch the team in front of them that was using inflatables. They caught up to them and passed them and came back in several hours before the other team. So they did it, I think, in about 3 hours, a little under 3 hours. And the team that they passed that started ahead of them ended up doing it in about 4.5 hours. So using the bigger, more inflatable Kern riverboard was really effective for Team Noon because they were able to get up on the plane and hand paddle and go a little bit faster than the teams that were down lower in the water and had a lot of drag.